What's up, everyone? This is Josh from East West Healing. Today I want to talk about the adrenals relationship to copper. But before we get started and jump in, as always, hit that subscription button, notification button, wherever it is. So every single Wednesday when we post a video, you get notified. As I mentioned before in my last video, I'm going to do this in every video now. I want to start doing a Q&A instead of videos all the time. So if you have questions, I want you to post them in the comments. If they're for the video, just post them. If they're for a Q&A, say Q&A, colon, and then your questions. So I can differentiate what questions I can use for the Q&A itself if I go live or just record one. So let's jump in. Now the adrenals get a bad rap. Cortisol gets a bad rap, right? We say like the adrenals are stressed. What supplements do I need? I need to do a saliva lab to know that I'm stressed. Because really, if we sit back and we pause for a second, we know we're stressed. We don't need a lab to tell us we're stressed. But then we say we need pregnenolone, we need DHEA, we need ashwagandha. But here's the problem, you're chasing the symptoms. Because if you do that, nothing has changed, the cause hasn't changed, you're gonna get the same effect. Now, you might regulate the lab, but you're gonna go off those supplements or hormones, and here's the problem. If the cause hasn't changed, organically, the effect isn't going to change physiologically, and down the line, you're going to end up in the same exact position you started. And this is why everyone has adrenal problems, because no one's taking a step back and saying, how am I living? How am I not living? How am I meeting my needs? How am I not meeting my needs? What am I eating? When am I eating? And what am I not eating? And when am I not eating to meet my needs during the day? So the demands being placed on me don't exceed what I can handle. That is stress. So we have to change the cause. We have to stop chasing the effect. We have to start creating health, because if we do that, you will organically take the burden off the adrenals. They won't take it on the chin 24/7. They're not meant to be. Whether it's high cortisol, low cortisol, it's just a different spectrum of stress. High cortisol, let's just say you're in elementary school. Low cortisol, you're in high school. It's been around a lot longer. You're depleted, right? You've been chronically stressed. There's been unmitigated stress for a long period of time. But what is the importance of the adrenals besides stress? Well, it's been shown that the adrenals play a huge role in stimulating the liver to produce bioavailable copper, right? This is huge because this is where 80%, or I should say all your bioavailable copper is stored in the body, in some other places too. But the importance is copper is used to activate oxygen to produce energy, to produce all your copper-rich antioxidants in the body, so you can go on with a fire extinguisher and put out the little fires when you produce neurotransmitters, when you convert thyroid hormone, when you produce energy. This is important because if they're not there, then oxidative stress builds up and inflammation builds up. And it plays a huge role in iron recycling, right? We have to activate specific copper-rich enzymes in the enterocytes, hepatocytes, etc., to convert ferrous iron into ferric, and push it out the back door into the blood. And if we don't have those enzymes, it doesn't end up in the blood. We call it anemia, but it's really more a copper issue. It's bigger than that, but that's a simplification. And it's been shown that chronic unmitigated stress has an effect on the adrenals, which leads to too much copper, right? Too much copper and not enough bioavailable copper. So when we have this copper, we have too much unbound copper. Bioavailable copper is bound. So when there's too much copper, not ceruloplasmin, which is bioavailable, right? Because the adrenals there's unmitigated stress. They're not supporting the liver to produce ceruloplasmin. You're not eating in a way to support the body's production and conversion of copper into ceruloplasmin. You're taking synthetic supplements like calcium and iron and vitamin D and retinol palmitate, or eating foods with glyphosate, etc., which affect copper metabolism. What happens is you end up with too much copper and not enough bioavailable copper, and then you're diagnosed with copper toxicity. So the question is, could a copper toxicity be a retinol deficiency? Yes, because you need retinol to load copper to produce bioavailable copper. Could a copper toxicity be a sign of, hey, I'm not eating and living in a way to support that metabolism into bioavailable copper? Or could it actually be all three? A copper toxicity is a sign of chronic unmitigated stress, and you're not supporting your body to do what it's designed to do, which is allow the adrenals and support the adrenals so they're not taking it on the chin 24/7 to stimulate the liver to produce bioavailable copper so you can produce energy, antioxidants, and support iron recycling. So we can say, even in a sense, is inflammation a sign of unmitigated stress, which is not supporting the liver and bioavailable copper? Is anemia really unmitigated stress, not allowing the adrenals to support the liver to produce bioavailable copper, to support iron recycling, right? There's this huge picture. And everyone just looks at anemia as iron and copper. And everyone just looks at stress as like cortisol and I need to take supplements or just meditate and do breath work. Everyone looks at inflammation as I need to take anti-inflammatory supplements or use red light. We're chasing the effect 24/7. And this is why people are chasing their tail and not getting results. So what do we need to do? We need to take a step back and say, how do I need to live to change? Maybe I need to slow down. Maybe I need to take breaks. Maybe I need to pause. Maybe I need to rework my work schedule and take breaks during the day. Maybe I need to do things just a little bit differently to create a shift physiologically in my system to take the burden off the adrenals. How do I need to eat? What do I need to eat? And what do I need to eat to now meet my needs, meet my metabolic needs during the day? Am I under eating? Am I not eating the right foods? And my frequencies too spread out, so now I'm chasing my energy all day. I'm chasing the fire. Every time I get to the fire, it's out, so I have to start it again, right? This causes stress on the system 24/7. The adrenals taken on the chin, can't support the liver, can't support antioxidants, energy production, and iron recycling, right? So think about it. Next time someone says, you have adrenal problems, take pregnenolone. You have iron recycling issues, you need iron, or you just need copper. Or if you have inflammation, take the supplement or do this modality. Take a step back and say, what do I need to do in my life to change, to create the change that I desire? As always, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm out.